The elemental monkeys are some of the most disliked Pokemon in the entire series, and I'm right there with everyone else because I just hated these things. Game Freak might also hate them as well because they're one of the very few Pokemon to be not implemented into a Switch game, forever stuck on Pokemon Home. Part of the reason I disliked them so much is that they were always really bad and the designs just didn't appeal to me. So I was surprised that they were given the time to be upgraded here in Emerald Elite Redux, with their brand new Redux forms. They still follow the rock, paper, scissors type formula, being dark, psychic, and fighting types, but they're now all viable, and which one is the best? The psychic variant is the Redux form of Pan and Simipour. If I had to pick my favorite of the original monkeys, I would definitely say that Simipour is my favorite. So I was definitely excited to see what this new psychic form could do. Starting with its stats, I will say I'm not impressed with what it has. It's not incredibly bulky even with its 112 HP. For how early you get it in the game though, around the second gym, 118 in special attack is solid. It can be used a few different ways with its abilities, starting with the 3 that you can switch around. Technician is always a great ability, but it does depend on the moves you can use with it. Unfortunately, unless you run a physical set, it really only has Swift and Charge Beam, so running one of its other abilities will get the most out of it. A brand new ability, Telekinetic, will cause Simipour to use Telekinesis on entry. Telekinesis suspends the opponent in air, so essentially giving them levitate for 3 turns, but all moves against them are 100% accurate. This is great for running moves like Focus Blast or Blizzard, but most importantly, Hypnosis. Simipour has decent speed and now has a 100% accuracy sleep move and is kinda busted. Just be glad its speed was actually nerfed in this version. Its last ability is what I believe to be best, its Mystic Power, giving all of its moves stab. The increase in power and more diversity in its moveset makes it a much greater threat. Throw in a Choice Scarf and it's a great sweeper, even more so with its innate Super Luck, which will increase its critical hit ratio, giving its moves even more power. But again, that's not all, as it has Neuroforce, which will increase super effective moves by 25%. So it's actually a very tricky sweeper to go against because you don't know what you could be hit with. Lastly, it has Gluttony, letting it eat berries early. Overall, I think Redux Simipour is a really strong special attacker, especially in the early game, and I think even the biggest Simipour hater would be happy with this new form. The fighting type variant is the Redux form for Pan and Simisage, probably the most popular of the original group. Fighting types are always really fun to use, and Redux Simisage is no different. It can actually be run as a mixed attacker, and is actually more of a special attacker, 117 in attack and 120 in special attack. With a really good speed stat of 117, and a low defense, it's a bit of a glass cannon. Redux simisear also gets Technician and is actually able to take advantage of it. Boosted Fake Out, Mach Punch, Rock Tomb, and Disarming Voice are all solid moves to run. Cut is a steel attacking move that always crits and is also an amazing move to run with Technician. If you're okay with the risk and very high reward, you can run Hustle, which lowers its accuracy of all of its moves, but increases them by 40%. When it comes to accuracy, I feel like the unluckiest person in the world, so not a great option for me, but a good option for lucky folks. If you want to run a fully physical set, but you don't want to get walled out by super bulky defensive Pokemon, it gets the Power Fist ability, which will not only allow punching moves to hit the special defense stat of a Pokemon, but increases their power by 30%. This includes close combat, so that's a crazy amount of damage. This will pair well with its Precise Fist innate ability, which gives all of its punching moves +1 in crit, as well as doubling their effect chance. If you make the mistake of trying to burn it, you will regret it instantly, as it has Guts and its attack will be boosted by 50%. Technician boosted Mach Punch becomes even scarier. Like with the other Redux forms, it gets Gluttony to eat its berry early, but that might not be necessary. A strong new move these monkeys get is Berry Smash, an 80 base power move that will cause the user to eat its berry before using the attack. Also, it has Recycle to keep it going. I personally like this new form and it can be super useful in a lot of situations. Lastly, we have the Dark type variant of Pan and Simisear. Simisear was definitely my least favorite. One of the ugliest designs ever, but I actually really like its new look, and it's actually a really solid Pokemon to use. Unlike the other two, its stats are all middling and nothing really stands out. So what can it do well? Trust me, it's better than it looks because of its abilities. Just like the other two, it has Gluttony and Technician, so you know the use is there. But I prefer using its other two abilities you can choose from, starting with Ambush. Ambush causes the first move Simisear uses to be a critical hit. This is an excellent revenge killing option, especially with moves like Fake Out or Stab Sucker Punch. A lot of sweepers or Pokemon that have been set up defensively will be hit hard. You could also use Low Blow, an ability that allows Simisear to use Feint Attack on switch in. This is really helpful as by just switching in it can remove a sash or even finish off a low HP Pokemon using priority moves to deal massive damage. But it only gets better from here. It has two of the best innate abilities you can get. Unburden will double its speed if its held item is lost. This goes crazy paired with Low Blow. Hitting them with a Feint Attack, then a normal gem boosted Fake Out, and now its speed is doubled and they've been hit twice. Now it can fire off a full power Acrobatics or a Stab Wicked Blow. That's potentially 3 hits before even taking 1, but it's not all just for attacking. It also has Prankster, Yawn, Toxic, or send Encore on them with ease. It's really an incredible Pokemon and it can dominate the early game. All 3 of these Redux forms are huge upgrades from the original and you can't go wrong with any of them honestly. They might not be super broken late game, but they can certainly get the job done. The best in my opinion is Simisear just because I think it has the best versatility and can really bring the others up on your team. But let me know what you think is the best and your thoughts down below. What would you like to see me talk about next? Don't forget to watch the 2.0 playthrough on my channel. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Peace.